Hey y'all, welcome back to Laid-Back Homestead. I'm Crystal, and today is Tomato Day. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have a rather large seed collection, and at this point, I have probably around 70 different tomato varieties in that box. So every year I have to sit down and sort, resort, make decisions, argue with myself about what tomatoes I'm going to grow for the spring season. And I have finally come to this conclusion, for now at least. I still have some seeds that haven't come in yet, so that'll be a separate video. Some years I tend to grow more of one type of tomato. Last year I was really focused on paste tomatoes. This year I am really more focused on getting a 2-pound tomato. But overall, I think I have a pretty good mix of seeds, a pretty good variety among each kind of category, if you will. And I do have these sorted by type, and I'm going to do one type at a time. I will go ahead and leave chapters down below so that you can jump around if you know you're not interested in one type of tomato versus another. I am going to be starting 2 of these 72 count trays, 2.5 of these 72 count trays today, which is a good bit of seeds. May or more or less be what I started last year. I honestly don't remember. I think I had close to 300 plants in this greenhouse at one time. So this may be more. We'll see. So let's get started. The first category I'm going to start with is one that I don't normally grow a lot of, but here we are. And that is cherry/grape tomatoes. The only real grape tomato that I personally have found that I like is the Brad's Atomic Grape. I have several different varieties in here, and some years I plant them and try them, and I hem and haw. I don't always like them, but we're gonna jump right into this. So the first one I'm gonna sow, and these seeds are really old, so we're gonna see what we get here. This is the Tiny Tim tomato. Tiny Tim. So this is a dwarf determinate tomato, and I'm growing dwarf determinates for the first time in several years. These seeds are probably from 2020, if I had to guess, because I just never really had the space for them. I did get a green stalk a couple years ago, and you know, I want to love it. I really do. I want to love the green stalk. It's nothing against the green stalk itself. It's just me and my yard. But I'm hoping if I can grow some tomatoes that are meant to be dwarf determinates, I can put them in my green stalk and try to get something out of that. Now this one, even though it's opened, it's new to me. I did not actually grow this last year. I think I just opened it to look at the seeds. Is Cherry Falls. And these, both of these, the Tiny Tim and the Cherry Falls, and even the Tommy Toe, these are all going to grow about 1 inch, 1.5 inch tomatoes. Next up, again, Tommy Toe. So a lot like Tiny Tim. Now the only difference is the Tommy Toe is an indeterminate. This one, Tiny Tim, says dwarf determinate. Tommy Toe is an indeterminate. 1 ounce tomatoes. I'm wondering if the Tommy Toe is like a currant tomato. I'm gonna grow them. I'm already here. I'm already committed. I'm gonna grow them, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like these. This one's also new to me. I did not grow this last year. I bought it last year, but I didn't grow it last year. It is the Honeycomb Hybrid. Golden orange, 1/2 ounce tomatoes, rich in flavor. And really, this is an indeterminate one. So this one would go out like in the yard or possibly hydroponically. I think I really only bought this last year because I've tried all of everybody's favorites, the Super Sweet 100s, the Sun Golds. I've tried all of that, but I don't love them. But I feel like I should love them. And so I guess I'm also on a quest for a cherry tomato I like, while also not betraying Brad's Atomic Grape because he is bae. This one was new. This was a free seed pack. Woolly Kate Yellow. So this says it's indeterminate 1 to 1.5 inch sunny yellow with blue shouldered cocktail tomatoes, fuzzy foliage, and lightly fuzzy skin. Naturally pest and disease resistant variety developed in Hawaii. Recommended for Hawaii and other hot, humid areas. Okay, well, it's hot and humid right now and it's January, so this may be a winner. I don't know. I am a little worried about the fuzzy foliage part. I don't know what that, I mean, not fuzzy foliage, fuzzy skin. I guess that's why it's called Woolly Kate. That's a little concerning, okay? Yellow pear, again, I picked this up on a whim, or I was gifted it. Honestly, I don't remember picking this up. Maybe it was gifted to me. Yeah, so the description is just clusters of pear-shaped yellow fruits with mild, delicious flavor, also an indeterminate. Now this needs no introduction as far as I'm concerned. That's the Brad's Atomic Grape. I really started growing these because of the color. If you see, they really do ripen beautifully. And the more sun the fruit gets, the more colorful they are. I started growing these mainly for that purpose and then fell in love with them. These last packet of seeds is from 2020, and I think I only have a couple in here. But have no fear, I have a backup pack. See, but I'm going to get every last seed out of this pack because seeds are not the cheapest thing. Retiring that pack. This one hopefully has a few more in there. If not, I'm going to be, oh no. Well, they're both out. I've got backups. Well, have no fear. I ran inside my house and got my seeds I saved. Couldn't tell you what year these are from. So I'm going to go in with a couple. Now, the last one in my cherry category is not really, in my opinion, a cherry. It's more a pain in the Tess's Land Race Currant. These are, it's an indeterminate plant, and it is very, very, very productive. It is just an abundance of fruit. The problem I have with them is that they are very tiny. They are more like, you know, sprinkle on a salad. And if that's your thing, by all means, this guy will perform. I'm starting these seeds not for me. I'm starting these for my brother's girlfriend because she's recently started buying these tomatoes, I think from Trader Joe's is what she said. I don't have a Trader Joe's by me. So I was like, you know what? I give her plants every year. I knew I had these seeds. They're very old. I knew I had them. I grew it one time and was like, yeah, that's one time was plenty. And we'll see. I'm hoping these all come up for her. She'll have an abundance of them. She'll never have to buy them from Trader Joe's again. So that is this section. That's all I'm doing, cherry and grape. And that's pushing it for me. So the sun is coming out. I had some nice overcast. My dog is down here. I don't think y'all can see her. I had some nice overcast and now the sun's out. And I turned off the fan in here so that it wouldn't be too loud when I was filming this. But I have a feeling I'm going to regret that because it's hot. So I'm going to slide this over to get to this section here. Now over here, this is the paste variety category. I make a lot of sauce and salsa, so I do like to have a good variety of paste tomatoes. Last year, by far, was my biggest paste year yet. So for our paste category, the first one I'm going to start with is the hybrid tomato La Roma III. Now, I've tried to grow Romas. I've tried to grow different types of Romas, different hybrids of Romas. You name it, and I have tried it. I have not been super successful with Romas. And this year, I am also really committed to trying to make sure I take good notes on what produces well in my yard and what doesn't. Now, probably no stranger to anyone is the San Marzano. These seeds are again from 2020. I sometimes have good luck with San Marzano and sometimes I don't. It just depends. They've never been super big performers. I still have a few seeds left. I'll just save those. Where I live, I'm fortunate enough, I get 2 growing seasons of tomatoes. I can get spring and then I can get a fall if I plant them early enough, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So next up, I actually have 2 of the same from 2 different companies, and that is cream sausage. I've grew these last year. They did amazing. These grow cream to pale yellow, best harvested at around 3 inches when they start to look like little sausages. It has a smooth, buttery, rich flavor. I'll tell you one thing, they grew exceptionally well last year. The first year I tried to grow them, they didn't do as good. I'm going to use these older seeds up first just because that makes the most sense rather than opening up that new pack. Now, next up, the label's a little smeared because I got wet, but it's the red sausage. And I grew this last year as well. It was a decent performer. Now, this one is a really old one. It is the Gilberti tomato. And it's an indeterminate. I think all of these were indeterminate. I say that. I think the cream sausage was meant to be determinate. At least I thought it was, and it wasn't. But maybe I was wrong on that. So it says it's a paste tomato, is one of the biggest on the market. Its long, slender shape allows for extra meatiness and less seeds. Grows up to 7 inches long with rich flavor and acidity. Excellent for sauces, soups, and salsas. I don't remember having the best luck with these. It's one of those things. I'm giving it a go. I've got the seeds. I went back and forth with myself on whether or not this was one that I should bother with. Next is the hybrid giant garden paste. This guy was my top performer. I think I've mentioned that 100 times. I can't brag on it enough. It is a hybrid though. And while it's doing the Lord's work, and it did really well, I'd like to find an heirloom that produces just as well so that I can save my seeds. Because hybrid seeds can be expensive. I mean, it just kind of is the nature of the beast. And while I don't mind buying a few hybrid seeds every year, it's not something I want to be fully invested in. And I do grow in a harsh climate. I mean, it's hot, it's humid, things like to die, especially tomatoes. They like to not produce after a certain while. This one is called the Saucy Lady. And I don't quite remember off the top of my head. I know it's a paste tomato. That's what I remember. There is not a lot of seeds in here. A packet of 5 seeds. Ooh. I don't like when I get a packet of 5 seeds. That's a bummer. That is, you got to read the fine print sometimes. You can spend some money and get 5 seeds, and it's you better hope these seeds come up, because that's all part of this process, is taking notes and making sure that if you spend money on something that doesn't work, write it down so you don't make that mistake again. Next up, I have banana legs. I think this is going to be very similar to the cream sausage that I'm growing. Great tomato for making sauces or cut up for salads. Fruits are up to 4 inches long and 1.5 inches in diameter. So maybe a little bit bigger than the cream sausage. As fruit mature to a bright yellow color, they occasionally appear to have light colored stripes. And the last one in my paste category is the speckled Roman. This one, paste tomato is about 5 inches long, red with jagged golden stripes, meaty 6 to 8 ounces. I mean, that's really why I bought it. I bought it for sauce. and because it looks cool. I dropped a tomato seed. I just noticed it was on my leg, and I have no idea which variety it is. So maybe I'll just plant it as like a mystery one. Now I'm going to move into the mid-range category of tomatoes. Probably the most disappointing category for my husband. He doesn't like smaller slicer tomatoes. I tend to. This category is really for those tomatoes that grow in the mid-range, closer, 10 to 12 ounces, give or take. Some of them may get a little bigger, but that's generally what you're going to get out of this category of tomatoes. So the first one I'm going to be growing, Black from Tula. So I'm bringing back Black from Tula. It did well last year, and it had a good flavor. I tend to really like black and purple tomatoes as well as pink tomatoes. Those tend to be my favorite personally. Next up is this Chef's Choice Red. I've grown every other Chef's Choice but red. I'm not growing the other colors this year. I grew them 2 years in a row. Oh man, it's another one of those packets with only 5 seeds in it. I should have been paying attention. So now I'm getting wet because my sprinklers kicked on. Next up, I have Lady Sophia. Now, Lady Sophia, it says it's destined to be queen of the pink tomato. Once you have discovered the old-fashioned flavor of its sweet, luscious flesh that people love. This is my first year growing these, so I don't really know what to expect. Next up is the Cherokee Carbon Hybrid. So it's a cross between obviously Cherokee Purple and Carbon, both of which are famous for their unique and delicious flavors. And expect 10 to 12 ounces unblemished tomatoes with exquisite taste. So knowing what I know, I've already grown this. It's delicious. That's why I'm growing it again. I mean, now this one I'm really excited about. I've heard really good things about this one in my area. It's the Bella Rosa. I'm getting this one for really just production. It says expect high yields of large 10 to 12 ounce delicious tomatoes with bright red flesh. This is a determinant. So now this one's new to me. I bought it last year on a whim, probably from Home Depot if I had to guess. But it is the Bodacious Hybrid. Large, vibrant, red 10 to 12 ounce fruits. Yields 8 to 10 fruits a week. No cracking and indeterminate. 8 to 10 fruits a week. Meanwhile, my climate's like, yeah, let's see about that. Hopefully it does. But that's probably why I bought it, if I had to guess, is that I got excited when I saw that it's supposed to do a high yield. Now this one's definitely not new to me, and that is the Triple L crop. I grow this every year. This one is the hybrid tomato Bush Early Girl. This is a determinant. I grow this one mainly for an earlier producer. So we'll see. I may grow that hydroponically to get that season extension benefit. And the last one, another determinant, I tried to grow this, I think last year. Well, I'm saying that. This is the Red Pride Bush. So it is a determinate. Again, 10 ounce fruits, excellent disease resistance. And I think that's what originally drew me to this. Unfortunately, nothing is immune to the wilt I have, the bacterial wilt, the Ralstonia solanacerum. Last category, the big boys, the one that I'm after. I'm doing a full 72 counts. First up in the big boy category, Dr. Wychee's Yellow, Dr. Wychee's, Dr. Wychee's. Indeterminate, it's been a long-standing heirloom favorite. Low acid, rich in flavor. Stunning meaty beefsteak, weighing over 1 pound. Now I have gotten some large Dr. Wedgies, but I don't know if I've gotten over a pound. Hillbilly. Hillbilly was a fun one to grow. These definitely got large. This says it's a bicolor heirloom that can produce massive 1 to 3 pound tomatoes. I definitely could see the potential in this last year, so I'm going to give it a go again because it did do pretty good and a lot of the fruits were big. Now this one, even though despite the package being open is new to me, it is just beefsteak. It's just going with beefsteak. And it says 1 to 2 pound fruits, produces summer to fall. I'll be interested to see if that happens here just because our summers are so hard. But that's probably what drew me to it, was the fact that it said summer into fall. Even though I really know, temper my expectations, don't get my hopes up too much for anything producing in the summer here. I mean, we can do things like shade cloth and stuff, but your area, well, my area, it gets to be such a hassle. And by that point, I need a break anyway. I don't want to be out here any more than the tomatoes want to be producing. So I typically just let things die off, and then whoever I want more of for the fall, I just start more seeds for that. So this one is new to me. It is the Sart Release. I don't know how to say that at all. But obviously, I got this for the color. Let's just be honest. But it says it was the winner of the 2020 taste test. And it's a beefsteak, fruit averages 10 to 24 ounces. I do have a couple of local people who I know grow this, and they got really, really big tomatoes off of this plant. This one is also new to me. It's called True Beefsteak or Fiji Improved, and ideal for slicing. They can get about 4 to 5 inches in diameter. Maroon, brownish, purple flesh with a red center, and supposedly really heavy fruit. Now this one doesn't say specifically how big you can expect them to get. So it just says heavy fruit. This is the hybrid tomato Goliath. I think I've grown this before. They're supposed to be really big fruits, hence the name Goliath. The first time I tried to grow these, it was one of those seed packs of 5. So it must have been back in the day. But what bothered me about that was, what bothers me about all seed packs of 5 is that I don't remember having great germination. I have more seeds this time around. We'll see if we get a better production. Now this, again, new to me, the Awaxacan Pink. It's an heirloom variety from Mexico, large pink fruits with rich flavor. So I know I went for this simply because I was looking for a really good pink producer. I love pink brandy wine, but they don't always produce the best. Now this one here is the Ananas Noir, also known as black pineapple. Again, this one was picked for its color, I promise. This was definitely one that I saw and was like, oh man, I really want to grow that one. I want to say I also kind of the same with the Sart Relois, whatever. I did know locals that planted this, and they had good luck. Now this one, again, classic beefsteak. I kind of have one from another company. 1 to 2 pound fruit, good old fashioned tomato. And this actually says very well suited for the Northeast, but a good grower everywhere in the States. So, hey, my Northeast people, this one may be for you. This one I'm probably most excited about, even though my husband's the one that picked it out, and that is the Big Zack hybrid. True to its name, it bears enormous 4 to 6 pound fruit as a high quality tomato. So I'm excited about this. I'm hoping to get something to produce out of here. If those don't come up, I will definitely resow those. This one, again, new to me, Dixie Golden Giant. Sweet fruity taste in a huge, clear lemon yellow beefsteak tomato. 1 to 2 pound fruits have a pink blush on their blossom ends. And this is an heirloom variety that grows on large plants and yields a good harvest. Excellent flavor and not so late as some others of its type. Okay, so it sounds like it may produce a little bit quicker, which is awesome. I'm here for that. I was really drawn to it because I wanted a large yellow. A lot of times when I grow some of the colored ones, they didn't get large. They were more in that middle range, 10 to 12 ounce fruits, which, you know, is fine and all, but I saw it and was like, hey, maybe we can go big. This is one that almost didn't make the cut. I've been trying to grow this for years, and it's quite embarrassing that I have yet to actually get a single fruit off of any of these plants, which is just, it's not fun for me, but I refuse to give up. And that's the Mortgage Lifter. This one's the Mortgage Lifter Radiator Charlie. I've had the regular Mortgage Lifter as well. I guess I don't want to give up on it because I've heard so many people have success with it, and I just don't know why I don't have success with it. I don't know what it is about my microclimate, because I know local people who swear by this variety. So it's like, okay, it's not area or the location that I live in. It's got to be me. I can grow a lot of things. I can harvest easily several hundred tomatoes, but when it comes to this Mortgage Lifter, I have yet to succeed. Now this one is German Giant. And I picked this one because, again, 2 pound fruits, but I believe, yeah, it's a deep pink tomato. And that's what I wanted. I wanted not only, because I mentioned with the yellow, I wanted not only a large yellow variety, I also wanted a large pink variety. Big Rainbow. This is an heirloom bicolored beefsteak tomato weighing 2 pounds or more. Yellow Brandywine. This is the first time I have come across yellow Brandywine. I've grown all the other Brandywines, and this does say weighing 1 to 2 pounds. And I do typically in the other colors get decent size Brandywines out of it. So I would anticipate this one to be the same, but I think this is the only Brandywine I'm actually growing this year, which is a little bit surprising for me. I normally grow them all, the black, the pink. So I don't know. I say that, but just like, I should preface this just like I did my pepper video. I'm prone to change my mind at any time, and I could come out and start another seed tray, you know, and have all the chef's choice and Brandywines that I want. Up next is Persimmon. This one is supposed to be a large orange variety, 1 to 2 pounds. It says it has one of the best flavors of all orange tomatoes. Averages 5 inches in diameter. I'm growing a few orange ones this year, so there may be a taste test in my future. At least I hope there's a taste test in my future. Lots of things can impact the success of tomatoes. And the last one in this category is the Orange Jazz. Crisp texture, complex flavor, large, productive plants. One of these is bound to make a good tomato sandwich. Here is our finished product. I have our mystery seed right here, but I will probably come and start filling this up with peppers unless I decide on, well, more tomatoes. So this was the first planting of tomatoes for 2026. I think this will probably be close to what I will stick with. If not, I will certainly share with y'all the journey along the way. I'm hopeful to get that 2-pound tomato. We will see what we get, but I feel like with a lot of these, I can't go wrong. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're into gardening and homesteading content, I encourage you to subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed.